And that actually helped me to finish the 12 hours because the break, the electrolyte, the carbohydrate, the everything played a very crucial role. That is that is the fourth pillar of your running. Apart from your physical fitness, mental fitness, if you don't have nutrition, all these two things will not able to finish you, help you in finishing the complete run. We can mold our kids in whatever we want to, but we have to have vision. Our kids are masters. They can be masters of anything. What they can desire. What we desire. What they can desire to be.
Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, Trifantry followers. Thank you for tuning in for yet another amazing episode of Trifantry Chronicles. I'm your coach and host, Nishant Bhardwaj. At Trifantry Chronicles, we interview amazing individuals who have been doing incredible things in different fields of endurance as well as training and fitness. Today's guest is very special. Today's guest is a fitting guest, for the third season of the sixth episode of Trifantry Chronicles. His name is Commander Deepak Alhawat. Commander Deepak Alhawat has just taken an early retirement from the Indian Navy. He served in the Navy for 21.5 years. Why is he so unique? Why is he on this podcast today? Well, let me start by telling you that his incredible feats. One is that he ran the Comrades Ultra Marathon. Yes, the 89 kilometers Ultra Marathon inside his bloody house. He ran 90 kilometers in 11 hours in just 11 meters room. This was during the COVID times. He was also part of the 555 kilometers Navy Mahaconnect running team, which ran 555 kilometers over 6 days non-stop. They were constantly running and he was part of the integral team. They ran almost 100 kilometers each, 90 kilometers each. He is also one of the most important individuals in terms of, creating the next crop of the Navy Agniveers. He in his last stint, he was based out of INS Shivaji, where he was part of the instructor team and responsible for the next crop of talent for the Indian Navy. Why has he taken an early retirement? Well, that is a question we will answer during the course of this entire interview. So please stick to the entire interview, watch it to the very end, and you will get some answers. But why should you also be watching this, not just from the perspective of knowing what he's going to do next, but also we will be talking about childhood obesity. We will be talking about ultra fitness. We will be talking about the future of fitness in India and how to recover after a major injury and getting a surgery done and how to bounce back and then start doing marathons again. This is a very important topic. I'm sure a lot of individuals who suffer from injuries end up facing this issue. So Commander Deepak Alhawat, retired, is going to answer all of these questions for you. Let's not wait anymore. Let's invite Commander Deepak Alhawat to our episode of Trifantry Chronicles. Commander Deepak Alhawat. Hello, good evening, Commander Deepak Alhawat. Thank you so much for doing this at this late hour. People who would be watching it from different parts of the world will not realize that we are recording it at 11:30 at night. So I think it's a fitting welcome to you for showing up regardless of whatever constraints we have in our lives, in individual lives. Thank you for coming up to the show.
First of all, thank you, Nishant, for making this live for me and giving me chance to show just to have a discussion on my journey till now. And let's start.
Yeah. It is my complete honor, absolute honor that you served the nation for 21 years and now you've taken up the next task, which we will be discussing as we go along the show. But let's start from the very burning question is, why and how did you run a Comrades Ultra Marathon inside the house, which is 90 kilometers? Can you start by telling what is Comrades Marathon, why it is important, and how did you do it?
So I'll start. Basically, when I joined Navy, I used to play only few games. But when I joined Navy in 2001, I started playing all the games. And my seniors who were there, they start telling me you have to try all the games on them, because that is the main motto of Navy, that you have to be excel. And the sports is the field is the only thing. The sports field is the only thing where you learn the actual lessons of life. So as we know that COVID hit us in 2020.
Yeah.
And before that, I joined Mumbai. Basically, I got posted in Mumbai in 2018 December. And till then, I used to hate running, individual running like hell. I used to play all sort of games, from basketball to swimming, handball, football, volleyball. But I used to hate running. I don't know why, because I've never tried running. So at that time, luckily or unluckily, my family was not there with me. So, and when I used to come back from office, it was actually late night, and there was no one to play along with me. There were no troop games which were there. So from there, I started picking up running. You will not believe, my first official run was the Mumbai Ultra Run on 15th August 2019. And
this was how much? What kilometers?
It was 12-hour run, and I was able to complete 76 kilometers in that.
Wow. So, this was your first marathon? You never run a marathon also?
No, this was my first official run on record. Wow. And I have requested many of my seniors, because they required the official certificate. And I had to run before that. So I have practiced 21 kilometers before that, and 42 kilometers in-house. And I had already registered for the Goa Ironman that time of 2019. So I'm preparing for that. So and after that, the running become a part of my daily activity. So before as you have asked me regarding Comrade, the Comrade is one of the prestigious run which happens in South Africa, and it is a 90 kilometer on one on the first year, and second year it is 85 kilometer up, down, and downhill side. So in 2020, they have announced that this run, the people can register virtually for this run. And before this run, I have already completed my Goa Ironman, in which I was qualified for the World Championship also in my age category. And in January of that year, 2020, as a part of Navy Mahaconnect, which was a tri-dimensional event, in which one running team, one yachting team, and one cycling team. We have covered 555 kilometers in span of 6 days. Wow. So I was looking for one more event which can push my limits to a much more length. So I have discussed with one of my senior, actually was a mentor also that time, now Captain Harshvardhan sir, and my one more brother from mother, the late Lieutenant Commander Yogesh Tiwari. He has laid his life in one of the avalanche on October, last 2 years back. So after discussing with them, we have planned that we will start running. We'll register for this run, and we will do this run on the road, in the ground. But as you know, on 11th of March, the COVID struck, and we all were entangled, all were trapped in our house. So on around in the same time in April, you must have heard one news that one person from France, Illisha, he had run one complete marathon in his balcony of 7-meter length. So that was basically you can say the tipping point, that we have thought, yes, if that person can do, why can't we do? So we have planned that, and we have practiced that. We have started doing half marathons. We started from 5 kilometers, and then we have increased our length to 10 kilometers gradually, and half marathons. Then till the time of Comrade Marathon, which was there on 14th of June, we have already ran 4 to 5 full marathons, and almost 7 to 8 half marathons. And then we decided that we'll be doing this on 14th of June, and we four person, myself, Captain Harshvardhan sir, one Pubutai couple, and we started running that, and we were able to finish with the cutoff time was 12 hours. We started at night, 12 o'clock, and we were joined on same like this on WhatsApp group, and we finished the race. So it
Wow.
was one of the hell of experience. Yes, it was more than physical. It was mental stress, but it was very one of the unique experience what I had till now.
Absolutely. I think experiences like these make up your mind that anything is possible, regardless of, how small the location is, how less number of, resources that you have. I just want to know, like, how did you keep going after maybe, let's say, 2 hours, 3 hours? What was the motivation behind it? Like you were saying that you were alone that time. You were in a confined space, and it's so difficult to get motivated. Everyone was crying during those times, ki kahan phas gaye hain, what is happening, I'm not able to go out, and you utilize that opportunity to run for 12 hours. How did you manage beyond 2 or 3 or 4 hours?
See, before this run, as soon as the COVID stuck, as you're telling correctly, that we are stuck in our house. We are staying in a apartment from where we are not allowed to come down because of restrictions. It was right also that time.
Yeah.
And kids were also were trapped in the same house for almost for 4.5 months. So they were not allowed, and because of that time condition, the COVID was we were not knowing कि COVID कहाँ से आ रहा है, किसके through आ रहा है. So it was right. So that the starting point that we have, whenever I used to come back from office, I have started including my child with me, and we used to dance in the starting. हमने dance करना शुरू किया on the songs. Then we started doing skipping. Then we started doing push-ups, sit-ups, and this was starting point. And during that time also, the virtual Ironman races were started. So I've tried to get basically the trainer, cycling trainer, and I've got it. Luckily, I've got the trainer, and from there we have started cycling also in that during that time. So it was a pure training what was there, because शुरू में जब start किया था running 5 kilometer in span of 11 meter space, जैसे ही आप turn कर रहे हैं तो आपको again वही रास्ता दिख रहा है. So it is very difficult. But when I see my kids also were running along with me, my wife also joined with me. She also started running during that time. So that thing started motivating me, because they were cheering me throughout the race, this race also. So this was one of the race which they were awake whole night, and they were doing massage. I have taken 4 to 5 gap between this race. Yes, it was required, because the turning part is the most crucial part in this, because it was having a lot of effect on your knees. So कई बार left से move हो रहा था, कई बार right से move हो रहा था. So yes, it was very difficult, but with the proper training, proper guidance of my senior, my partners, I was able to, not I, we all, as a team, we were able to achieve. And that was one of the major part. As a team, we have started, and we are motivating throughout the race also. Yes, we are doing how much we have finished. Let's do one more. Let's finish one more, and we'll talk after that. So ऐसे करके 11 घंटे कैसे खत्म हुए हमें पता ही नहीं चला. Yes, it got stuck after the finishing of the race. Yes, for the 2 days we are not able to walk. That was the case. But the 12 hours were really good.
Did you follow all the golden rules of nutrition like we follow in a triathlon race for every hour? Because you know what, to a normal person it will seem like pani pee lete hain, or we'll eat this or eat that, but it's all scientific, right? If you don't compensate for the loss of salts, the loss of hydration, the right amount of carbohydrates, the right amount of fat, every single hour, then you are you lose the battle. If you feel that at one go you'll eat everything and then you keep going, it doesn't happen like that. What did you follow all of that?
Yes, I must tell you, when I was preparing for the Go Ironman, till the time, till 2018, I used to run only on the muscle power or the mental power. I was actually not knowing about the nutrition. And that was really hitting me at the end of the game. And मुझे पता नहीं था कि yes, how it is happening and why it is happening. I'm getting so tired. What is the method to cover it back? But जब training start किया triathlon का, when I started reading, I used to interact with my coaches, I used to interact with my seniors. Then I come to know, yes, apart from water, जैसे आपने बताया, there are many other things which we have to take to keep our body running. Because there are a lot many things which get depleted within half an hour of your starting of your activity, and which do require some of the items which I have not tried earlier. तो जो ट्रेनिंग पहले की थी, एक साल पहले जो ट्रेनिंग स्टार्ट की थी, एंड देन आफ्टर दैट स्टार्टेड स्टडीइंग, आई हैव डिड सम कोर्सेज आल्सो इन न्यूट्रिशन, and that actually helped me to finish the 12 hours, because the break, the electrolyte, the carbohydrate, the everything played a very crucial role. That is actually that is the fourth pillar of your running. Apart from your physical fitness, mental fitness, if you don't have nutrition, all these two things will not able to finish you, help you in finishing the complete run. So yes, the nutrition was one of the major part in this 12-hour run.
Right. What I've seen is even in the forces, barring the few elite athletes or elite people who train at a different level, because I was also from the army background. My dad was colonel in the army, and I've seen there are so many cross countries that happen 10 kilometers or 10-mile runs or 5-kilometer runs at a high speed. And one thing is definitely missing, like you pointed out, it's only on muscle power. It's only on the group power, that with that energy which is there, people are running at different paces, and the objective is also obviously different. But these finer things which are, as a triathlete you learn, or as a ultra marathoner you learn about nutrition and various other aspects, recovery and all of that, is kind of missing even in the forces training. Which is so critical, because if you're looking to survive day in, day out, and come out without a surgery, without a injury, and keep showing up the next day with the same enthusiasm and same intensity, that is something that probably needs to be inculcated in the forces also. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I must tell you, when I've joined even 2001, that time, yes, it was there. But slowly over a period of time, last 5-6 years, after the culture of cross countries, marathons and sports, the things in Navy also have changed, or in armed forces have changed a lot. People have started giving concentration on the nutrition as the topmost priority. We also teaches here, because now there are a lot of people in services who are into sports right now. We also started telling the trainees or the people before the run that what all things you have to take. So yes, it was not there earlier, but it has started coming the part of this, and by which we are seeing that a lot of people from forces are also able to recover. They have to play without injury. What you're saying, without injury and all, and they have to able to cope up with the recovery time also. So things have improved, and yes, it has to go slightly more. Yes, slightly more thing also has to be incorporated in that.
Understood. Important segue to the conversation is you had a very bad ACL tear in 2021. This was, I think, when you were playing basketball and you kind of twisted your knee. And what the funny thing is that before that you had run ultra marathons, you had run 90K, you had done 113 kilometers triathlon also, and probably nothing happened with God's grace. But when you were playing with your mates and doing basketball, you kind of twisted, right? What was the feeling like, and how did it hamper your overall day-to-day life and training?
Yes, that was one of the major accident what I had during playing. It happened on 19th of October 2020. It was the last day on board the ship. After that, I was coming back to on posting to others. So as a farewell, my commanding officer had kept one of the basketball match, and he told that I'll be part of that.
2021.
Unfortunately, it is 2020.
Okay, 2020.
Yes,
Right.
2020. So what has happened in the last 5 minutes of the match? वैसे पता है कि गेम में we don't see after the जब एक बार खून गर्म हो जाता है तो it is just we have to win for our team. That is the joy which is being filled in all the sports. So on the last 5 minutes, on my right knee, I heard some noise. It got twisted and again came back.
Oh my God.
And immediately it got swollen up. And after 2 days, I have to report back to my new unit. So थोड़ा दिमाग तो घूम गया कि अचानक ऐसे कैसे हो गया. I'm doing regular exercise. I'm daily running, daily doing all the things. But how it can happen to me? That was the first question which came to my mind. But nevertheless, I went and referred to doctor. Doctor had checked it up, and doctor ने बताया कि नहीं सब कुछ ठीक है. It's just a swelling, and it'll be normal. And that time it was 14 days quarantine was compulsory. So I came back to my new unit. They have kept me 14 days compulsory quarantine. And again, being a sportsman, I don't want to be away from the field. There was a hockey match, which was there here. So I participated in that hockey match also. And unfortunately, in that hockey match, my leg got completely twisted.
Oh my
And
God.
उसको पकड़ के सीधा करना पड़ा उस time. And
Oh my God.
and I have to got admitted for a week. And उसके बाद MRI was done and it was told that I had a grade 3 ACL tear.
Wow.
So टेंशन थी दिमाग में, चोट का दर्द, चोट का दुख नहीं था, because as a sportsman you are liable to get injured. There is no doubt about it. Everyone should know that chot, the injury is a part of the sport of your life if you're a sportsman. But the issue was I want to get back on field as soon as possible. That was my main aim. So I've consulted a lot many doctors. How should I go about it? And luckily I got to SportsMed, which was led by Dr. Anand Joshi, very senior orthopedician, sports surgeon, and he did my operation. And there are a few basketball team here. They also encouraged me, sir, आप ठीक हो जाओगे, because हमारे पैर भी खराब है, देखो. They are also playing with both the ACL tears. So when I saw them, I was very encouraged कि they can come back within 3 months of time. I can come back within 6 months of time. That can be a difference, but I'll come back. So mental pressure was there, yes, but I did not give by on mental pressure. बहुत लोगों ने बोला कि यार दीपक हो गया, अभी दौड़ना छोड़ दो. Now you have to start walking. Khatam, finish. But yes, my wife was there, my friends were there, and many people like you were also there that time, who were there, who supported me. Ki nahi, you will come back. And with all that prayers and all, recovery time for time laga, because of COVID, all the gyms were closed. So I took some time to recover back on road. But within a month of 11 months, I was back on road and I'm running again.
Yeah. So, why I brought this topic up is because a lot of runners and endurance athletes and triathletes, you might have observed in your circles also, is that once you get injured, slowly, gradually, there's a mental degradation which happens over a period of time. First, at the first stage of course, is like you mentioned, there's denial. You don't think that you can get injured in the first place. But once you've accepted it and the results show that you are so and so, of course, a lot of ecosystem around us will always tell us ki now you can't run. Unfortunately, some of the doctors also have this prognosis that you cannot ever run now. Probably just limp or walk or whatever. Don't do physical activity. Probably you can do swimming and all. And that's the end of the story. All of this starts playing with your psyche. Slowly, gradually, it chips away your mental fortitude and tells you that you cannot run or you cannot do this all over again. And over a period of 6 to 9 months, 12 months, people end up giving up a lot of these activities and probably end up gaining a lot of weight and also baggage in the mind that I can't do this. This happened with you also, right? But how did you overcome this particular thing?
See, I'll tell you again. सबसे basic चीज है कि when people start believing, हमारा दिमाग, मतलब our mind is such that we start grasping the negative things first. We don't expect positive things till then we don't see it. And for me, the best part was that first thing is a lot of people told me don't get it operated because it will not come online. मेरे दिमाग पहले चला था कि operate तो होना ही है and I have to run. That was the first thing which I have made my mind. And then I've seen other people who after operation were playing the national team basketball player. Wow. So that also encouraged me. So it is very important to first of all to see the positive thing of what can come back online rather than seeing what can go wrong. Nothing can go wrong beyond ACL3 grade tier. इससे बुरा कुछ नहीं हो सकता था. What could have happened? Nothing. But इससे अच्छा ही हो सकता था. And I must tell you, when doctor told me ACL grade 3 tier है, when they start operating me, they have told me that I have meniscus tear also. So I have to keep my legs straight for 15 days flat. And that was again mindset ये आ गया था कि यार doctor has told me that it is okay, but doctor has told me also while operating I'll come to an exact condition of your leg. So he told me correct thing. But जब operation start किया, then he told that you have meniscus tear also, I have to repair that. And for that you have to keep your leg straight for flat 15 days because I cannot put my pressure on leg.
You can't even move. You can't go to the washroom.
No, you cannot put weight on that leg.
Wow.
The only thing was that.
How did you manage
your दिमाग में mindset आ गया था कि because doctor initially doctor told कि within 3 days you will able to walk because you had only ACL tear, वो ठीक हो जाएगा. That is not a bigger problem. But when you have meniscus tear, you have to give rest to leg. You cannot move it. If you move it, then again meniscus will get tear because he has stitched that meniscus. तो वो और एक टाइम आ गया था कि यार अभी क्या हो गया. तो दैट टाइम ऑल्सो मेनी ऑफ माई फ्रेंड्स केम who told नहीं सर ठीक हो जाएगा, आप ठीक हो जाओगे. मेरे फ्रेंड्स के नहीं भाई ठीक हो जाएगा. So that is the most important thing. During that time you have to read and don't Google. Again, I would request all the audience who is you yourself don't become doctor. That is again first foremost thing. Please take doctor consensus. have positive thing in mind कि yes अगर ऑपरेशन करा ही लिया तो अभी ठीक ही होगा, ऐसा खराब नहीं होगा. And mental pressure आएगा, ये सोच के चलना ही है, and it will happen, it will go through. This time will also pass through. So by all these factors, I was lucky that everything coincided, everything came to me, all the factors were there with me. And Navy also supported me during that time. My boss also here supported me. I've taken leave. I was because rest again the most important thing is after operation, the rest and the recovery part. If you're not able to give importance to recovery, which is given by the physiotherapist or the doctor, 6 months, yes, for next 1 year you will be able to walk, you will be able to run. After that, it will come back to zero because you are not given impetus to your muscle to gain a muscle power back. Because after operation, एक पैर मेरा हाथ से भी कमजोर हो गया था.
Oh my
My
God.
thigh. Because muscle lose its complete shape. Other muscle memory also and muscle also. So to
There's a
regain
lot of
that,
degeneration as well.
yes. So you have to for regaining that, you have to eat a lot as per the guidance of your dietitian. You have to do exercise. एंड अगेन फिर वही अपने को कंट्रोल रखना पड़ता है बिकॉज दिमाग में रहता है मैं तो पहले 42 किलोमीटर दौड़ रहा था, व्हाई कांट वी रन दैट, लेट मी ट्राई दैट. सो यू हैव टू होल्ड योर हॉर्सेस टिल द टाइम डॉक्टर डोंट गिव यू और यू डोंट come to that level. Yes, I can run right now again 42 kilometer 20 kilometer. तो अपने दिमाग पे अपने दिल में इस पूरी ड्यूरेशन में बहुत कंट्रोल रखना पड़ा था and things were good and yes, again back on track.
Incredible. I think I would like to point out here is the success story also, because oftentimes we get, like you mentioned, no, we only focus on the negatives, and we also end up being a sore loser generally. In general, when you have some kind of downfall, some kind of injury, which is which takes so much time, because everyone wants quick results. You want to lose 10 kilos but in 1 month. You want to run a marathon, but tell me a 3 months plan. So these are the kind of questions which come to people's mind. But at the end of the day, what is important is to know that you have to keep going and trust the process, and probably surround yourself with people who motivate you and whose advise you actually listen. It's not just the motivation, because there are so many motivation gurus out there, but the advice which actually matters to you. If you're able to identify those kind of people, have faith in your abilities and their trust in you, keep going the path and you will be able to do. And this is exactly what you also did, right? Remember, we ran the Tata Mumbai Marathon together this year. This was almost exactly 12 to 13 months after your injury. Correct. You had not even, you just recovered and you've not done the mileage required for a marathon, but that mindset was there that you can do it. But you registered and you made me also run, and we ran that marathon together, right? And that was the success point, right? Coming from a ACL tear within 13 months to be able to run a full marathon, coming back without an injury is incredible. I think that's the kind of story that everyone should start believing in themselves, right?
See, failures are bound to come because we have to learn at every stage, whether it's a success story or failure story. We always categorize. See, first of all, there is no success or failure story. Everyone is having different experience. It's an experience what we have. It is nothing to do success, and we just name them as success or failure, because whatever we were achieving, we were not able to achieve. That's why we told it's a failure, and whatever we was able to achieve, we call it success. So every point what we reach, we have to just what you told earlier also, that process. We have to love with the process. We have to have faith in process. Nowadays we have gone into the culture of shorts or reels, that we want instant gratification. That's what is happening. That we have to see 1,000 things in 1 hour span of time. I want to know everything. आज ये motive होगी, why I am left behind, the FOMO. Why I being left behind? So we have to first come to our thought. We have to sit quietly and we have to find out what is my vision for next 1 year. If I'm injured, do I have to run marathon right now, or I have to show with the medal that I have run marathon with the injury? or do I have to run marathon after recovery so that I can run more 20-25 marathons after that?
Correct.
So you have told right. It was, yes, mental pressure was there. It will be always there, because pressure is always good for human to do more things for betterment of in the future.
That's
but
right.
we have to hold our horses, which I was able to do. I have shifted after the injury. I've tried shifting to bare feet, and I was successful because I have learned a lot of things, that how to get recovery back on this from this injury, and I was benefited also for a period of 1 year. I was started initially. I started with walking with bare feet. I started wearing Vibrams for that, and I started running in normal grass. I stopped running on roads for that duration of 10 months, so that I can get recovered very fast. And yes, then we had a plan to run TMM, and I was able to push you.
We did not
but
have a plan. You had a plan.
But no, but I must thank you again on record. It was initially, yes, I told you to come back and register for, and we'll run. But it was you who helped me to finish the marathon, the last 6 to 7 kilometers. I was actually having a very bad time in that, and you pushed me, and we as a team again what you have told, and I have told earlier, you have to find the like-minded people as you are there, which can push you. You will be down 1,000 times, you will be up 1,000 times, but when you are down, you require a person to pull you up.
Absolutely.
More than motivation, the discipline has to be the most important thing in your life.
Absolutely.
Because without discipline, if you're down, but you are disciplined, but your motivation is not there, but bole, theek hai, aaj nahi, kal karte hain. But you have a person who can push you for the right things. So that's what has happened. I pushed you, you also pushed me, as a team, we have finished. And that's what, yes, it was a good fun that day also.
It was, I think I want to tell the audiences that because I had a plantar injury and I was not planning to run. In fact, just 3 days before the marathon, 2 days actually, 2 to 3 days before the marathon, I had left the city. I left Bombay, gone to Bangalore. I thought, let me be with my family, and I don't want to run because I'm not in the condition. And last 2 months, my mileage was almost like 50, 60 because I was not running. And I think that your mileage was also similar.
Same.
Typically, they say that you have to do at least 200 to 300, 200 average for the last 4 months before you do a full marathon, right?
Yes.
On an average. And here we were with 50 kilometers, and before that it was, I don't know, 100 kilometers. So just 200 kilometers of mileage in last 3 to 4 months.
Yes,
and that's why I thought it will not do justice to the marathon, because you have to trust the process, and that's why I thought, let me go. But I went, and it was you who called me and forced me to come back to Bombay. I booked my ticket while on the way to the airport. I booked my ticket in the cab to come to Bombay. And this was, I think TMM was on 15th of January.
15th of Jan, yes.
14th Jan at 5 o'clock, I reached the airport. And the flight got delayed 2-3 times. And by the time I landed, it was 11 or 12 o'clock, 11:30 at night. I reached home at 12:30. And
I was praying that time that flight should not get cancelled. Otherwise, how would I run?
Yeah. And we were supposed to leave the house at 3:30, 4 o'clock, so that you could reach the starting point at 4:30, because the 5:15 was the
starting point. Starting time of the flag off of the.
Just so amazing. And like you mentioned, funny stories. That day we decided, for the first time, even I decided that next we will run the marathon without looking at the watch. So we did start the marathon clock, but we never looked at the watch at any given time.
Yes.
We were just looking at, people crossing us. And of course, I did a stupidity, which is like a funny thing. It's just, it's my thing, to create awareness in whatever capacity you can, to inspire more people, and wore a suit, full marathon in a suit without practice. And we started the marathon. It was so interesting. For the first 15 kilometers, I had loose motions. I went to the loose thrice, and then we started running again. In the last 7-8 kilometers, you were struggling at every kilometer.
Actually, with the bare feet, I also did some mistake, because before that I have never tried full marathon with the bare feet with the Vibrams on.
Vibrant,
I have run maximum of 22 to 25 kilometers. So that was a mistake. Yes, I'll tell audience, please.
Yeah.
before doing
That's
this
why they say,
visit.
Never try new shoes or new
Yes,
equipment before your
yes,
big race. Never do
yes,
that. For
yes.
shoes also, I recommend if you're changing your shoes of the same brand, then you run at least 50 to 80 kilometers before
Correct.
the actual race. And
Yes.
if it's a brand new shoes, then at least run 200 to 300 kilometers, because then brand new meaning brand new, different brand or different model altogether. If it's not the same training shoes that you've been training, then you should run at least 300 kilometers in it, so that you know that there's no ill effect. So yeah, I mean, good learning from your perspective.
Don't try new things on the final day. That is bottom line.
100%. Yeah. Probably wear a suit, but
That you tried earlier. So
yeah.
it was, but that was again, hats off to you, because that day it was very humid. As we
Right.
can see on that day also, it was actually very humid on that day.
Yeah.
And
But I think if I remember correctly, till about 8 o'clock, it was pretty good. From
yes,
5:30 to 8 o'clock.
yes.
But
The first
next
first 30
2 3 hours,
first 25 to 30 kilometer was climate was good. After
yeah,
that, it
I think
started showing up.
till about till about 25 kilometers, it was
Yes,
fine. And then it
yes,
was completely on the other end of the
yes,
spectrum.
yes, yes, yes.
I think it was a fun day, memorable. That the fact that we are talking about it right now is just those are the memories, and these are the kind of experiences that you remember
And
forever. Because
and
not because we ran in a suit or all of that. That's fine. I mean, for pictures and all, it's fine. But the kind of mental muscle that you build despite going through some really bad times, but you keep one foot ahead of each other, one step, keep taking one step together, keep pushing each other, and at the end of it, it's just a different, you come out as a different individual altogether,
yes,
right?
yes, yeah, that's true.
I
It's a
think
teamwork example. It's a true
100%.
example of teamwork. Yes.
Yeah, I still very clearly remember when we crossed the finish line almost together. It was such a different feeling,
Yes.
to be able to do something which was, it was difficult at the beginning, but we did
Yes.
know that we'll finish it. And I think to a lot of standards, the timing also was not that bad, considering that we were in a really bad shape. So
Yes.
not,
No, that
not
was
bragging or
well.
anything.
That
453.
was yes.
Yeah.
That was actually well executed plan and example of never give up. The
Yeah.
planned teamwork will 100% get you success.
100%.
There's
Yes.
no doubt about it.
Fun memories. I think let's do more of these, but next time I prefer not to be injured, either
Yes.
of us. And also, all things aside, as a disclaimer, I would like to tell the audiences that obviously never run with new equipment, new shoes, or new anything, new apparels on the race day. And also, don't do these long runs on an injury without the mileage. Always trust the process. It's okay to skip a race. It's okay to be a
Yes.
DNS instead of risking an injury, because that will, set you aside for months to come. So it's okay to DNS, but did not start. But don't go in a race just for the sake of your ego boost, right?
Correct. That's correct.
Yeah. So I want to talk about very important new change in your life, which you've decided to call it quits after 21.5 years in the forces, having dedicated your entire life, I think, from your teenagers to now at the age of 37, serving the nation for 21.5 years. Hats off to you, salutes to you for actually doing
Thank you.
this.
Thank you
Uh,
so much.
I know the reason. I know the reason that you have two cute little babies who you are grooming to be the next. I think let's not jinx it, but let's call it the next superstars for sports. And that's your vision, and you want to dedicate your life to uh, bringing a change, not just in those two babies' lives, but also to change for the country. What prompted your decision? What are your plans?
See,
What's your
as
vision, so to say?
yeah.
I'm sure it's ever evolving, but broadly.
See, as I've told you, when I've joined forces in 2001, 22 years back,
Hmm.
uh, I started playing all the games. Before that, I was not playing much. So from that point of time, I was very much fascinated towards sports. This is the only one thing which actually makes you a complete person along with the studies. Yes, study is important. There's no doubt about it. But this is the part which actually we are lacking in our country. We do have sports facilities. We do have sports ground in school. When I was probably 10, 15 years back, when I was of 10 years or 15 years, there used to be huge grounds. You must also be remembering wherever you must be at your hometown. Leave apart the Forge part, because in Forge we have dedicated grounds. In our hometown, we used to have separate grounds. But right now, 2023, after 30 years, ground khatam ho gaye hain bilkul.
True.
We're not able to give chances to our kids to play.
Yeah.
And with the new technology, what we call as a phone, we are grasping our kids on daily basis, which are not realizing right now.
True.
And I'm sure, and I'm putting on the record that after 5 years, we'll be seeing the exact the repercussion of phones with the kids. So apart from this, एक था जिंक्स की हम बोलते हैं कि यस हमारे जीन सुपीरियरिटी नहीं है. Indians are not able to win any medals or tournaments. And being associated with the sports, I like sports personally. If you ask me, अगर रात को भी उठ के चलना है तो I'm ready right now to play any sports. वो एक मतलब it gives me adrenaline rush. So I thought, why not? And again, being from Haryana again, it's one of the sporting state of India. So I have thought before they are born, कि यार अगर if I have a kid, they will definitely win. Again, it might be I am maybe boosting myself. They have to win. They will win medals for India. It was a plan. Almost, my daughter is now 9 years old. My son is 6 years old, and I've married in 2010. So plan दिमाग में था कहीं एक वो बोलते ना कीड़ा था कि yes, because I think that we are capable. The only thing what we lack first of all is the infrastructure. It is not there compared to the what you can say other countries who wins medals. इतने population होने के बाद we have now the most populated country in the world right now. And so दिमाग में था वो कि yes कुछ करना है. Then I started when the kid was born, so I started training them in all other sports. I did some courses in how to train young athletes. और तब पता चला कि the sports science is a totally new subject for kids. एक कोच को अगर बच्चे को सिखाना है और एक कोच को अगर मुझे सिखाना है तो he has to use 2 different techniques to teach both of them.
True.
There are a lot of ups and downs in a kid's life.
Yeah.
When a kid reaches a puberty, a boy reaches, he tends to go down in his the physical activities, which as per me, it is still lacking in India. We don't have the good infrastructure, good the education system, which in this, yes, it is coming right now. It is coming right now. But till now, I'm telling you, if you ask me out of 100%, we are still a long way to go into that. So, yeah, if you...
so your plans are
yes,
to groom Illisha in
yes, so my plan right now is to right now I picked up tennis as of now for them. Yes, and because again it's again one of my favorite sport right now, and we started a coaching, and the plan is that at least within next 10 years they should be on the board and winning medals for India.
Wow.
So started. वो बोलते हैं ना कि if you start with good intentions and the things started connecting automatically, पूरी कायनात लग जाती है. So I have got a good coach. I have got good facility. Saturday, Sunday we go and train under Radhika Tulpule ma'am, which is there in Pune. And let's see. Let's hope that.
I think the most incredible thing, Commander Deepak, what you mentioned is having that intention, the intentions with which you start, and intention followed by action on a daily basis, which you build in through discipline, is the most important thing which will keep you going when there's no motivation. When you start with the right intention, like you want to represent, like you have been a patriot for the country from last 21.5 years, and yet after retiring, you are still wanting to put your kids on the path of patriotism by making India win medals in different sports. So that is incredible. I think how many of us or how many people in general can have a vision and dedicate their entire lives for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. And I think that's where the chaff is separated from the hay. When you start building, making plans for 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, that's when you actually build wealth. That's where you actually build long-term success. I think this hats off to you once again, to you
Thank you
and
so much.
to
Thank you
Ma'am
so much.
for to be able to take these calls now so that India can be represented in 2036 Olympics.
But again, I must tell you that ecosystem right now is actually helping me out also.
Wow.
The people are there. My wife is there. My parents are there. Friends like the brother like you, the coaches. They're also actually by seeing the kids' enthusiasm.
Absolutely.
We are ready to coach them. So
Yeah.
again, my point, the audience who are listening, my point is, we can mold our kids in whatever we want to, but we have to have vision. Our kids are masters. They can be masters of anything. What they can desire. What we desire. What they can desire to be. We have to we have to create interest into them. Because if we enforce, they will not like it, and that is one of the major reason why the kids leave sports. It's a fact on ground that 30 to 40% kids leave sports immediately at the age of 7 to 8 years or 9 years or 10 years, because the parents or the coaches, they put so much pressure and they make the thing so difficult for the kids that he or she does not enjoy. We have to study more to know about the psyche of the kid. We have to get level to his psyche first, and then started coaching him or her. And I'm sure, because I'm seeing right now, I'm going to seeing many matches of tennis. I'm going to many matches of football. Indian kids are amazingly talented.
Wow.
I don't have any doubt in that. The only thing, we as a individual, we have to make the ecosystem. Last year, I went to Hyderabad and I've been to Bangalore also, as you're aware. I stayed with you. I've been to all academies. Prakash Padugan Academy, Pulila Gopishan Academy, then Jwala Gutta Academy, then few other academies. The kids there who are training there, I must tell you, the infrastructure is superbly built in all the 4 or 5 places which I have been there. And the coaches are also 2 good coaches. They are either international coaches or Indian coaches. They have hired and they're training kid. And let's see, again, I'm telling you, I can give you on writing that from these 3 or 4 places, we will definitely win medals in next coming 14 to 15 years, because infrastructure is so good. So we have to make more infrastructure at these places, and we have to start on school level.
True.
We have to train our physical education teachers. We have to train our the PT instructors, and we have to create an ecosystem where the coaches can learn the the latest technology at grassroots level.
True.
We cannot teach a guy when a child is 17 years old. It is very difficult to make the child to reach the maximum genetic capability.
True.
If you see outside, a kid of 1 year old, 2 years old started swimming. But in India, we have that culture just started to evolve right now. That in swimming pool, the kids below 5 years were not allowed. It is just being allowed with the parents just I think 5 or 6 years back. So we have to change our mindset. We have to create the infrastructure. Infrastructure is also coming, but for more than infrastructure, we have to train our coaches. We have to teach. We have to get sports science added into that, and we have to go along with the complete package so that our kids definitely can become, and we should be number one. We have to see how we can be number one in the Olympics or World Championship. So that is
you brought a very important aspect to the conversation about kids who will eventually win medals. But I want to talk about a new kind of pandemic which is taking shape: the pandemic of childhood obesity. Childhood obesity is becoming one of the major reasons for young kids as old as 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years having weight issues, having cholesterol issues, BP issues, thyroid issues. I'd never heard 7, 8-year-old kids having thyroid issues. And these are not hereditary because their parents don't seem to have these kind of issues. Where are these issues stemming? So I want to talk about childhood obesity specifically to you, because you have kids who are super active, and you've also seen kids who are not so active and putting on a lot of weight. Why is this happening? Is this something that parents can curb or change in general?
Yes, as we go by the fact, the obesity as in general with the adults also, in from 1975 till date, it has multiplied 3 times.
Wow.
In matter of 40 years, it has multiplied 3 times in adults. And in children, it has improved. It is increased again from 6% to, if I'm not wrong, to 12 to 14% as of now. And this is primarily because what I've told you, that the eating habits plus the less physical activity and not getting involved with the kids, the most important factor. The parents have to involve with their kids. If I want my kid to play football, I have to play with him, because nowadays children are learning by seeing. They do whatever we do. If I have seen many people, they tell to me कि मेरा बच्चा बिना फोन देखे खाना नहीं खाता है. I have seen kids, if you don't switch on the mobile and you put on reel, specifically reel, not YouTube. I'm telling you specifically YouTube reel or Instagram reel, they will not have food. This is kind of issue what we are going to face. That's why I've told you, just wait for 5 more years. We will see the mental health and obesity, the two most important culprit, which will take, sorry to say, our back foot to everyone in the world, not only India.
True.
So we have to. Let me ask you one question. Let me ask you one question. Whenever you go to restaurant or when you eat food in house, can you keep your phone away from you? I can bet right now that 99.9% people keep their phone within 1 meter range. कि पता नहीं अभी कौन सा फोन आने वाला है और यही फोन है जो हमें बचाएगा. And the kid sees that. I am seeing here. I am experiencing that in my house. So we have made a rule कि भैया खाना खाएंगे तो फोन और टीवी तो बंद होगा. अभी थोड़ा टीवी बीच में थोड़ा स्टार्ट करता है. Otherwise, you have to enjoy the time, quality time with the kids. Yeah. Because right now, what has happened with the growing technology, both parents are working, right? Maximum both parents are working. So we don't have time to spend with the kids. We have to spend time with them, because there again a lot of things are available on social media, and हम अपने बच्चों को blame करते हैं कि फोन देखता है, वो खाना नहीं खा रहा है, वो बर्गर खा रहा है. Let me ask you, if you don't give phone, from where they will take the phone? If you cook food for them, how they can eat burger? Yes, they have to give the other food also. There's no doubt, but don't make it a habit for them. So we have to encourage our kids. We have to. They are next level. I am telling you, they are what do you call it? You can name anything. They are next level. Every child born is a next level kids. Earlier it used to be 4 years generation gap. कि after 4 साल के बाद में generation आता है. But in today's world, every child is a special and superb child. Yeah. He is a wonderful. Nowadays, a child of 6 years, 6 months, he can identify कि ये phone मेरे पापा का है, phone मेरे मम्मा का है. 6 months. Really? Yes. 6 months he can give phone hand in hand कि ऐसे पापा को दे देगा, ये मम्मा का उठा के वहां देगा. ऐसे बच्चे हैं. So that is the only reason I would request all the parents that again the eating habits, late night parties, the kids, we take our kids to late night parties, and that again changes the total cycle of kid, because again morning Sunday routine भी है. So what? If a kid has to sleep by 10 o'clock, he has to sleep by 10 o'clock. He requires at least 3 to 4 hours extra than a normal human adult. Yeah, true. Kids require at least 10 to 12 hours. At least, if nothing, at least 9 to 10 hours. Correct. Of sleep, because that's where their body is repairing and growing and making all the necessary ingredients required for the growth. मस्ती करो, मस्ती के लिए बहुत टाइम है हमारे पास. Yes, but again, if you don't teach them right things right now, after 6 to 7 years, eventually they're not going to listen us. True. They don't. So we have to make good habit for them. We have to make true. More discipline. And again, I'm telling you, whatever I am doing, my child is doing exactly the same. If I tell him, he will not listen. He will not listen. बोलते पापा आप ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हो? And there's no answer for that. True. So I have to make my habit change for them, and which will beneficial for them. I have changed a lot of habits.
Yeah.
So it is required. It is required. You have to spend time with them 100% because
True.
there are only 24 hours in a day. You cannot get 25th hour. You have to find time, spend with them, spend with the family. And yes, you can do that. Everyone can do that. There is no
Absolutely.
doubt. At least I must tell you, I have a simple funda in my house. 1 hour in 24 hours is mine. That I have to do my physical activity.
True.
Whatever time he has to come back from office, if it is night 12 o'clock also, my wife or my kids will not tell you, Papa, aap kahan ja rahe ho? They know that this 1 hour is mine. Since last 10 years, I'm following this.
Yeah.
And after that 1 hour, I have told them, whatever you will tell me, I'll do that. Whatever. So they have even told me, sir, Papa, रात को 12 बजे बाहर घूमने आता है. I've gone outside also. Taken them. That's the quality time with them. So it is required. You have to have a discipline. Please, whatever time. It can be as per your schedule. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And gradually it will be increased. You can increase that. And I'll tell you, you will have, you need not to have shout on your kid. You don't do this, do that. He will automatically follow you exactly what you're doing.
True.
So
I think
that is
kids,
most important thing.
for kids, parents, especially the parents, mom and dad, are something that they emulate word to word, the mannerism, and so much communication. Actually, they say no, 93% of the communication is non-verbal. It's about the body language. It's just 7% words. आप बच्चों के ऊपर चीखते रहो, कुछ भी ज्ञान देते रहो, बताते रहो, उसका सिर्फ 7% is something that will affect them. 93% is the non-verbal cues where we don't talk, but we show and we see. If we show them that it's okay to watch screens while not watching the food and not talking to your spouse or kids, they will learn that because they'll think that this is the right behavior.
Correct.
If they see you, becoming so soft and weak because something happened in your office or house and you started crying and saying that I can't have this, I can't have that, I want to have this, they'll also think that it's okay to cry and get things. But if they see you working hard, if they see you working out, that's what they're going to go and do with you. Like you mentioned, in Forge, I've also grown up in so many academies, NDA, IMA, OTA, and I'm so blessed. And thanks to the army and salutes to the army and my parents that I got that environment and very young in the, I was born in an army hospital, in New Delhi, RR hospital. And we were so blessed. First things, we were born in a time where there was no technology, which was such a great blessing, I feel, at that time. But apart from that, also, we had so many avenues where our parents were also constantly doing some physical activity. You could see your dad waking up at the 5 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock wearing shorts, going for PT, coming back by 7:30, getting ready, and 7:30 again leaving for office. Then seeing them in the afternoon after school, again at 4 o'clock after the tea, they'll again get ready and go to play for 2 hours. If your Bap is doing this, if your mom is getting ready and going to, after sending you, she will go to the gym, get everything done, come back in the evening again going for long walks. Army officers and forces officers, wives and other people also will always go out for physical activity, long walks or gym or some kind of socialization. And 7:30 you come and see them socializing and discussing ideas. That's what you learn. That's exactly what you start doing. And that's what we continue to do also. Because I feel that because we saw something which has borne results and now we are also doing. Kids are just a reflection of you guys. I mean, if you are listening to this, like Commander Deepak mentioned, your kid is not addicted to shark, baby shark, do, and all of those. They think that it's okay because you have allowed them to think that it's okay, and you are also spending like 6 to 7 or 8 hours on your phone. And what will kids do? They will obviously they are getting 10x more stimulus, right? That's why they are getting addicted to it.
Yes, they will find 10 different ways to make you fool, Papa, I want to do this. And again, because of the screen time right now, after the COVID, it was bound that we have to give them phones or tab or laptop. And I must tell you, they found 10 ways how to do classes along with their YouTube or other things.
True. And like we mentioned, talked about digital diet of kids. Similarly, let's also talk about the diet which is overeating, and that's why over drinking sodas and colas and all of that. Why kids are becoming heavier and heavier as compared to, because probably they are watching us ordering from Swiggy, Zomato every second day, every third day, eating all of this junk, and that's why they like it, right?
I must tell you, if you are able to just do 5% change in the daily meal also. Right now, my wife is not there. She has gone for some work for 5-7 days. And I am right now preparing food for my kids' breakfast and all. The first thing which they ask me is, Papa, आज आपने tiffin में क्या डाला है? So if they tell you 3 things, if you're able to put one thing with some different tangy, because we have to change their mind, and you can easily change the child minds. You can divert his mind or her mind immediately. You need not have to be very rude or harsh with, नहीं आज ये नहीं मिलेगा तुम्हें. If we ask me, Papa, why can't you put me some biscuits or namkeen in the khana? Yes, that cannot be given. कोई पराठा देना, कुछ nutrition देना. But if you tell me, ठीक है बेटा, I'll give you this, but along with that, you will also have this. So he will definitely, and they're able to finish that because you have listened to them also, and you have to trick them. Rather than they tricking us, we have to trick them by giving the good food also, and sometimes whatever they are telling you to listen to them. You are right. We cannot deny them all the time. वो ढीठ बन जाएंगे. They will not listen to us. They have answers. They have answers for everything, and they have such questions which we will not able to answer to them. So we have to come to their psyche. We have to treat. वो जमाना गया कि बच्चे को पीट के आपने बोल दिया कि ये नहीं मिलेगा. वो नहीं है, because again the digital technology plan हमारे phone में 1.5 GB per day का है, but the amount of data what our kids are taking is 25 to 30 GB. Part of the plan. So that is even more worrisome. So we have to be very tactful, and again the tactfulness and friendliness will come when we spend time with them. True. We have to show by example. बेटा ये भी खा सकते हैं, ये भी कर सकते हैं, ऐसा करते हैं, and they listen. I'm telling you, I'm doing the things with them. They are doing. They're ready to do things. Sometimes naughtiness आ जाती है. Yes, बच्चे हैं. We cannot. हम भी अपने जमाने में, if you ask our parents, हमें लगता है ये शैतान है. If you ask our parents, let me tell you, anyone who is listening to this video, just ask your parents how naughty you were. So because our parents have seen both of us, so they will tell you exactly how naughty we were. We were 1,000 times naughtier than them. So that is part of life. And yes, khana, pina, and mental, we have to take care of our kids because there are 1,000 things which are available in market. We have to teach our kids, we have to train our kids that yes, this is also one of the good things, but you have to do this, and they will listen to you. There's no doubt about it. They 100% they'll follow you. We have to do the right things. They'll follow us automatically.
Set an example for them. I think all of these things, if you start recollecting, these are things which our parents used to already tell us from childhood.
Yes.
Probably along the way we lost the way, and now that when you look back and see, they were actually right all along. If we could continue, and touch wood, probably we are still okay that we are following some of those things. But I think the basics remain the same, right? So we have reached to the last section of our discussion. Once again, I just want to know, because now you've decided to dedicate the next phase of your life to a larger cause of fitness and bringing glory to the country outside of the system, outside of the forces. What are your big plans? What is your big vision? And do you think we would need resources and policy changes or various things which are not in your control that can enable all of the ecosystem to evolve to a standard where we can actually compete on an international level and not just win one odd medal here and there every 4 years, but actually being a consistent performer throughout?
See, again, till now, the sports in India is looked at, if I win medal, I'll get a good government job. That is the fact. Whether people like it or don't like it, I am telling you because I have observed this. My opinion, my perception can be wrong, but still it is there that if I am doing good, I am winning any medals at Asian level, world level, or I'll get a good job. Very few people are there who are playing for passion and promoting sports right now. That's why I've told you earlier also, talented kids, talented people are there. We just require an ecosystem which should comprises of the latest technology, which is easily available. आज वो जमाना नहीं है कि हमें नहीं पता चलेगा. On the Google, you just type it, you'll get everything. You can get anything online. Then to decipher that, read that technology, become the master of that technology or the master of that knowledge, and started becoming a linkage between the sports person and the sports. That basically the person who can teach, who can transfer the knowledge. And as a coach, as a physiotherapist, as a nutritionist, as a massager. So they are behind winning a medal. We have to first find out that every person is playing its own important role. You can have a good coach, but if you don't have a dietitian, if you don't have a physician with you, if you don't have a other person, you're not able to win medal. And all this person should have a knowledge of the current technology and the current thing, because all other countries, if you see, they are 50 to 100 years advance ahead of us in all the technologies.
Really?
Yes, they're advanced. We have to agree to that. The technology, what they're having. So we have started getting technology. We have started hiring the foreign coaches.
Best coaches.
That is why we're hiring foreign coaches. Then what is the requirement of hiring foreign coaches? You tell me. If we have good coaches in India.
True.
We have good coaches. There's no doubt about it. But we are not able to sustain the technology what is there with them right now.
True.
Just to increase 0.5 or 0.1 second in swimming. There are many episodes, there are many documentaries on Netflix or on Disney Hotstar, which shows that how a coach is able to, by using technology, by using the knowledge, how they're able to reduce the 0.1 second in 1 year. It was dedication of coach, yes. It was dedication of player, yes. But the main part was the technology, the right way to get that thing. So it is important that we should have a mechanism where we can grasp that knowledge from them, or we should evolve our own knowledge by experience, by studying the papers, by studying a lot of things, and exactly by science. Because maths 1 + 1 = 2 only. It cannot be 3. So sports is same thing. जो हम करेंगे, जो मिलेगा वही बाहर आएगा. We cannot add something else. We have to add all these things and sum up, and we have to come. That thing should have come out. So that input, if we are input only, we are not able to give the exact input. We are not able to get exact output.
True.
So we have to build an ecosystem. We have to build a what we call system or mechanism or coaches or some kind of amalgamation. One point solution. It has to be 1 point solution, so that anyone who is there, he knows that yes, now I know everything, and I am able to train this guy.
True.
So that is more important. Yes, I must tell you, the Trifantry right now, which is there regarding especially for ultra athletes, the triathlon and all, it is doing the same thing. Because a lot of times, what we've discussed, we leave apart nutrition part. Most 50%, 60% people does not know nutrition. How important is nutrition? More than 70% people does not know what is the importance of recovery. How to get back from injury. How to control the mental fitness. Sports psychology is not there. It's not there in India. Let me tell you, it's very, very in pockets. I can just. I am also doing study, reading of psychology, but it's very, 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 very minuscule part. You can name only few people are there who are actually doing sports psychology in India. So all these things has to come together. What in Trifantry is being done right now, and we have to have for each sports, and again, it's a suggestion. If anyone is listening, every state of India should adopt one sport. If they're adopting one sport, just like for example, I know swimming has been adopted by hockey has been adopted by Odisha. The infrastructure, the coaches, the facility, what they have for the players, it's superb. So we should go about it, and I'm sure, because results, as we are seeing a result in Trifantry also, people are able to achieve their task.
And these are daily athletes. They are not even professional athletes. These are daily individuals, CXOs. people who have jobs by the day and passion by the night of doing Ironmans or marathons, yet to be able to have that vision and have that focus for 1 year, 2 years, and to be able to train throughout the process, throughout the training program and cross the finish line. I think that is something that we are trying to do here. And you've absolutely pointed out well that something that, a solution which comes together where you are getting everything, you just have to show up and, start training, right? That direction, that motivation, that coaching,
You need not to
international level
worry.
coaching and
You are
data.
not, yeah, you are not able to worry कि अभी और क्या करूं मैं. मतलब one point solution that I have to do this. Now tell me how should I go about how to increase my level? Yes, so that is the bottom line.
True.
And we have to enjoy the process. We have to we have to define the process so that if a person comes on starting point A, he will able to finish the point B with more power.
Yeah.
In much better form.
True.
A to B तो खत्म हो जाएगा, but after reaching B, whether he is able to reach that comfortably or not, whether he is able to do next achieve next target or not, whether he is interested or not. So that process has to be such complete that that person has to, and for different person, yes, it can be different processes. A person who just want to finish a marathon, yes, he can do that. One person has to win medal for India, there should some rigid process for them. So it is very important right now. We have to think India is growing. There is no doubt about it. We are the next superpower. There is no doubt about it in my mind. And we have to, sports is the only field which defines the economy and mindset of a country.
Absolutely.
We have seen a lot of stories of other sportsmen. So I'm sure you also, we don't have any doubt in our mind that India cannot be superpower in sports, but we have to stand. Right now is the right time. We have to stand together and
correct. I think
time for doing.
If India has to become the next $5 trillion or $10 trillion economy and grow by leaps and bounds, and like you mentioned, we are on our way to, if not becoming a superpower, at least be up there. We are already up there. That top 2, 3, 4 countries which are consulted for all political and world and economic and financial decisions, and one of the most stable countries in through democracy or financial ecosystems or economic diversity. That's why our banking systems and all the other systems are in place and showing the right fundamentals and right indicators of growth. But at the same time, if we are becoming unhealthy while doing it and burning our way through this growth, then that growth will not be sustainable. We will have more than 600 million youngsters under the age of 25, but we need those 600 million people to be fit and able and happy and mentally and physically in a state in which they are happy and motivated at the same time. And I think that can happen through sports or through some kind of physical activity. If people start, just like I keep saying this over and over again, just 250 hours in the entire year, which is 5 hours a week for 50 weeks, and you're sorted. You can get all kinds of fitness and all kinds of personal goals cracked, including weight loss, weight gain, muscle gain, half marathon also. So I think it's so important for all of us to be able to contribute to this goal of making India fit. I think you're doing a great job by taking the first step towards it. And I would like to congratulate once again for your vision, single-minded focus of bringing more medals to the country, not just stopping at Neeraj Chopra. I'm sure you guys hail from the same city and same lineage, so to say, same vicinity. And Illisha and Ivan have actually met him also. So I think all the more inspiration for them to be able to see them on the podium. Many congratulations once again, Commander Deepak.
Thank you so much, Nishant. Thank you so much for this wonderful talk. And I would love to again, let's do this together. And I'm telling all the viewers who are seeing this video that nothing is impossible. We have to just take one step with the right intent. 100% we will achieve our goal. I don't have any doubt. I've experienced till now, since my childhood, whatever I've dreamt of, I've got. Yes, a little bit plus minus is always there. But go with the right vision. Vision has to be there. Convert that into your goal. Again, write it down and read and go through that on daily basis. And you have to at least improve yourself just 0.1, 1%, whatever, how much you can do. You have to just do at least 1% of that thing every day. 100% are going to achieve that. Thank you so much, Nishant. Thank you so much for having me after a long time. And
thank you so much, Commander Deepak.
Let's do it together.
I am so happy to have hosted you. Those who would have stuck to the interview till the very end, thank you so much, viewers, for taking out your 1 hour. I hope you could find some valuable nuggets out of the conversation. Keep watching the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends if this is valuable to you. Hope to bring more such individuals like Commander Deepak and share their stories. Thank you so much once again. Let's continue to train, endure, conquer in our lives.
Sure.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.